Welcome back everybody to It's a Daily. As you know, I'm working on my 92 5.0 convertible Mustang. I'm trying to fully restore it, so please subscribe and help the channel out, help it grow. Because, you know, I'm kind of getting broke now just because, you know, your boy's in college. No, I'm just kidding. I actually have quite a bit of money saved up for this car. But if you're watching this video, well then you know I got my new exhaust set up, which are the MagnaFlow Competition Series. And that's it, really. I'm here pretty soon. I shot my coder intake, but if you're watching, like I said, if you're watching this, well then you're just really curious as to whether or not the exhaust actually added some horsepower to the Mustang. Well, I can tell you for sure, and I'm pretty sure you can hear it too, that it definitely made it louder. That's at 4,500 RPM. Now, as you know before, I had the Borla exhaust. I don't know if there's anything specific with it, but I had the Borla exhaust on it originally. Well, the prior owner had that on it, and it sounded pretty decent. I'll play a clip if I still have a video of it, or what it sounded like before. And then this is what it sounds like now, warmed up. Well, actually not even warmed up, I had a cold start. But, so, I know when I had my Borla exhaust, every time I would lightly push the gas, it would spin tires, and I would always fishtail it, which was fun. And I realized with the new exhaust I have, the MagnaFlows, when I try to put gas on it when I'm turning, it's not really fishtailing as much as it used to. I'm kind of missing it, but that's okay because it really doesn't affect it. Now when it comes to the horsepower, I do believe it gained some, but not a lot. I know for sure, which all that matters to me is that it sounds a whole lot deeper and meaner like the classic muscle car that it's supposed to sound like. And that's what's really important for me. Now I'll give y'all a little pull. Oh yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was a 0 to 40. Okay, so it definitely pulls harder. I can definitely admit that. Like I said, I probably won't notice the horsepower difference just because I already had an aftermarket exhaust, and there's no way that one exhaust added 20 horsepower and the other one added like 10. Sorry if like it's kind of bumpy. Roads out here in Oklahoma are like really trash, and then like the suspension on the Mustang is not that pretty either. But one thing that's really cool too is that with the new aftermarket exhaust that I had, the MagnaFlow Competition Series, like I can hear the exhaust a whole lot louder than before, and that's why I really like him. Literally, like when I start the car, the steering wheel is shaking, and like you still hear like this little rumble shaking in the back from the exhaust. Hold on. Okay, you can't really hear it, but there used to be like this like clicking sound, like something was basically hitting against each other, and it's probably from the vibrations of the car. And my roommate actually admitted to me that when I start my car, he can hear, and we live on the 3rd floor, he can hear my car warm up. And like that was really awesome, because I want to get to the point where the whole apartment complex can hear my car. So it's almost at that point. We're just at the beginning process. Here, I'm at a stop line. I'm about to give y'all 0 to 40 again pull, or something like that, depending. We see. Oh yeah. Woo, boy. Yeah, I just don't know how good life feels. It feels good being back in the VA. As you know, I also have a V6 Dodge Charger 2010. And you know, honestly, I'm really tempted to see about who's faster. So there might be another video of my two vehicles racing. So if you buy a foxbody Mustang and it's all completely stock, and then you put on an aftermarket exhaust, yes, it's definitely going to add some horsepower, and you're most likely going to feel a bigger difference than what I do. But since I already had an aftermarket exhaust, I don't really feel that much. I just know from the start, from like the 0 to 40 pulls, that lower gear, I definitely feel more of a kick. So I do have the MagnaFlow Competition exhaust kit. Cool thing about it is the mufflers are a whole lot smaller, and so it's pushing out more air out to the exhaust tips. I really wish I could do a dyno tune, like really, but I really don't know anyone here in Oklahoma to do that yet. I wish I could have done like a before and after. Maybe on the next project car, as I continue to grow this channel, I can do an actual like before and after clip of like how much horsepower it actually gained from the new exhaust system. But honestly, in my opinion, I feel like it did increase the horsepower. I could definitely feel it, especially like at the pull from 0 to 40 or 0 to 60. I could definitely feel it in the lower gears. There's a huge difference, especially switching over from the Borla to the MagnaFlows. One is the sound difference. That was definitely noticeable, and it's definitely hearable. Like, people can hear me, they know it's me. And 3, the horsepower. Like I say, it might not be a big difference, but there's definitely a difference. I can definitely feel it. So if you're looking for an aftermarket exhaust, depending on your budget, whether it's SLPs or if you want to spend a little bit more, I highly recommend MagnaFlows. But you know, work with your budget. That's what's important. But ultimately, if you want a good classic muscle car sound, because for me, I feel like SLPs are a whole lot more wispier, if that makes sense. But with the MagnaFlows, there's actual like that deep groan, kind of like that, you know, classic muscle car is supposed to sound like. So to sum everything up, I do believe an aftermarket exhaust can make a gain in horsepower, and you can definitely feel it. Now, I wonder, would that make a difference if like a newer car, especially like nowadays technology, stuff is improving the engines, like a car with 400 horsepower starting out, you get a new exhaust system. Can you feel the difference in that? Like with this, I think base on the rear, it's like 195 horsepower stock. But since I had aftermarket exhaust, I'm pretty sure it's probably maybe doing 205-ish to the wheel. But at least it was noticeable. Now that's why I'm really curious, like, how much horsepower does a car need to start out with in order to not feel the difference in the horsepower when you start adding little things like that? So I'm really curious for that. Maybe like, hopefully I can get with somebody and like do a collab or something in a video. But that's to conclude the video. Sorry it's short, you know, it shouldn't be nothing too long. But I do believe an aftermarket exhaust system can improve the horsepower, and you can definitely feel it, in my opinion. It might be just me, maybe you gotta try it yourself, but I could definitely feel the difference in my foxbody, and I highly recommend MagnaFlows. But you know, if you got a budget, work with your budget. But I highly suggest saving up a little bit more and get the MagnaFlows if you got a foxbody, because it does sound a whole lot better. Especially at the LX model, because you could get the exhaust tips and that looks phenomenal. Like, I really want to like get a back bumper of the LX model just because I want the exhaust tips to stick out. Those things are huge. But as I was saying, thank you for staying tuned to It's Daily. I hope you liked the video. I hope your project car, you know, comment down below what your project car is, or your future project car, or even like your ideal project car. Like, one day, if the channel continues to grow, I would love to do a 1969 Mach 1 429 big block Cobra jet engine Mustang. That's my dream car. I would love to start it. I don't care if it's like completely beat up. I would love to start it and restore it and work on it. But you know, that's the dream. Who knows, maybe I get there. But anyways, comment down below your project car if you have one, or comment down below for any comments or concerns. And if I have any like tips, or if you ask for my personal opinion about whether which exhaust sounds better for each generation, because let's say you don't have a foxbody, but you have like a New Edge or like the Fastback, different exhausts do sound a whole lot better. And like, honestly, what I did, I went on YouTube and just hear different sound clips of each exhaust. Like I literally typed in like what I wanted to do completely to my foxbody, and then entered it and hear different sound clips of what each exhaust system sounds like with all the aftermarket stuff that I want. So like, I literally looked up foxbody Mustang with BBK long tube headers, H-Prime with MagnaFlows with cold air intake, and just hear the huge difference. So that's what I highly recommend doing as well. But if you want some advice, I'm here, I'm open. If you see me out on the road in Oklahoma or even back in Texas, shout out, subscribe to the channel. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to share, comment, like the video dislike it, do whatever. I'm out.